Magical realism in children's pet stories represents a literary approach where extraordinary, fantastical elements exist seamlessly within everyday, realistic settings without explanation or surprise from the characters. In these narratives, a toy mouse can wink and scamper away. Yet this phenomenon blends naturally into the familiar world of a child and their kitten. This storytelling technique is significant because it mirrors how children actually perceive reality, where imagination and the physical world intertwine without rigid boundaries. Young readers don't question why stuffed animals might come alive or why pets might understand human speech. They simply accept these magical elements as possible extensions of their lived experience. Consider classic examples like the Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams, where a stuffed toy becomes real through love, or the more contemporary The Tale of Despereaux by Kate DiCamillo, where mice read books and fall in love with princesses. These stories don't present magic as shocking or requiring wizards and spells. Instead, magic simply exists alongside ordinary life. This approach validates children's natural inclination to imbue their possessions and pets with agency and personality. Child development experts argue that magical realism serves crucial developmental purposes, helping children process complex emotions and situations through fantastical metaphors while maintaining connection to their real world. The genre encourages creative thinking and emotional intelligence without demanding complete suspension of disbelief. However, some critics contend that magical realism might blur important distinctions between fantasy and reality for very young children, potentially leading to confusion about what's genuinely possible. Others argue that overly magical narratives might undervalue the genuine wonder found in real animal behavior and authentic pet relationships. Some educators prefer straightforward, realistic fiction that teaches responsibility and factual animal care. The magical realism framework directly influences how we interpret a story about a kitten whose toy mouse comes alive. It establishes that we're entering a space where such transformations don't require explanation. They're neither dream sequences nor hallucinations, but accepted realities within the story's universe. This sets expectations for how other elements might unfold. Perhaps the kitten can communicate with the mouse, or maybe other toys will join the adventure. Understanding this genre helps readers embrace the story's internal logic and appreciate how magical events drive character development and thematic exploration within recognizable, relatable settings. When the kitten's toy mouse winked and ran away, this whimsical concept explores the magical moment when inanimate objects come to life in children's storytelling, specifically focusing on a toy mouse that suddenly gains consciousness and mobility. This narrative device represents the intersection of childhood imagination, magical realism, and the anthropomorphism of beloved objects. The significance lies in how such fantastical events serve as catalysts for adventure stories while addressing deeper themes of friendship, loss, and the boundaries between reality and imagination. In children's literature, this transformative moment is exemplified in classics like The Velveteen Rabbit, where a stuffed toy becomes real through love, and Toy Story, where toys live secret lives when humans aren't watching. These examples demonstrate how the animation of toys creates immediate narrative tension and wonder. In the kitten's case, the toy mouse's escape transforms a simple plaything into an autonomous character, forcing both the kitten and young readers to reconsider their relationships with possessions. Child development experts often note that such stories validate children's natural tendency toward animistic thinking, where they attribute feelings and intentions to objects. This recognition helps children process complex emotions about attachment and independence. However, some educational psychologists debate whether encouraging such magical thinking might delay understanding of physical reality, though most agree the benefits of imaginative play outweigh concerns. The winking mouse also symbolizes the unpredictability of life and introduces conflict essential to storytelling. When the expected becomes unexpected, characters must adapt and grow. This connects to broader themes within the narrative. The kitten must decide whether to chase its now living toy, learning about choice and consequence. The transformation raises questions about ownership and friendship. Can you own a friend? Should you chase someone who runs away? This pivotal moment influences everything that follows, from the kitten's emotional journey to the story's resolution. It establishes a world where magic is possible, but bounded by rules the audience will discover. The act of winking specifically adds personality and intention, suggesting the mouse chose to reveal itself, creating an invitation to adventure rather than mere chaos. This careful balance between the ordinary and extraordinary makes the fantastic feel earned and emotionally resonant for young audiences. The moment when an inanimate object suddenly becomes animate represents a profound boundary crossing that fundamentally challenges our understanding of reality and captures the imagination in unique ways. This transformation occurs when something we perceive as lifeless, like a toy mouse, suddenly exhibits consciousness, agency, and the ability to move independently. In the context of when the kitten's toy mouse winked and ran away, this pivotal moment serves as the catalyst for the entire narrative, transforming an ordinary pet and toy relationship into something extraordinary and magical. This concept holds tremendous significance because it explores the threshold between the ordinary and the magical, forcing characters and audiences alike to reconsider their assumptions about what is possible. The wink at the first sign of consciousness becomes particularly powerful because it suggests intention and awareness, while the running away demonstrates autonomy and free will. This dual action creates immediate tension and wonder. We see this transformation echoed throughout classic literature and modern storytelling. In The Velveteen Rabbit, a stuffed animal becomes real through love, creating an emotional journey about the nature of existence and authenticity. Similarly, in the Toy Story franchise, toys come alive when humans aren't watching, establishing rules for this transformation and exploring themes of purpose and identity. These examples demonstrate how animation of the inanimate creates opportunities for exploring deeper philosophical questions about consciousness and existence. Child psychologists and storytelling experts often argue that such transformations tap into children's natural, animistic thinking, their tendency to attribute life and feelings to objects. This makes the concept developmentally appropriate and emotionally resonant for young audiences, while simultaneously offering adults metaphorical richness about awakening and change. However, some critics contend that these narratives might blur important distinctions between living and non-living things, potentially creating confusion. Others argue this concern underestimates children's ability to distinguish fantasy from reality and ignores the developmental benefits of imaginative play. This transformative moment directly influences every subsequent aspect of the story. The kitten's reaction shifts from play to genuine pursuit. The relationship dynamic changes from owner-possession to equal participants, and the narrative tension escalates from domestic comfort to adventure. The transformation essentially converts a static situation into a dynamic story with stakes, consequences, and emotional investment. Analysis needed. I'd be happy to help you create a detailed explanation for your outline, but I notice that the specific heading you'd like me to analyze isn't included in your request. You mentioned, for the following heading, from an outline on the topic of when the kitten's toy mouse winked and ran away, but the actual heading itself appears to be missing. Could you please provide the specific heading or section title you'd like me to elaborate on? For example, it might be something like The Moment of Discovery, Magical Realism in Children's Stories, The Kitten's Emotional Response, The Toy's Transformation. Once you share the specific heading, I'll be able to provide you with a comprehensive 350 to 400 word explanation that includes a clear definition of the concept, its significance to the main topic, specific examples and applications, supporting perspectives, potential challenges or alternative viewpoints, connections to other aspects of the story. Please share the heading, and I'll create the detailed content you need for your script.